but what does it mean to you to be financially responsible? So what do you think? What does that mean to you to be financially responsible? All right. So I'm seeing a few things, some to everybody, some to me. So have a good financial budget. You're not wasting money, not overspending, knowing how to spend wisely, don't go into debt, meet your financial goals, stay on budget. Yeah. So that's kind of what I see. Thank you. We're looking in this chapter we're going to get started with is financial responsibility. So living within your means, you want to pay yourself first. Remember, that means put your money into saving before you spend it on other things. Staying within your budget, which a few of you mentioned, paying your bills on time, using your credit wisely. Those are going to be some of the factors of financial responsibility. And what is buyer's remorse? Do we remember? What is buyer's remorse?
It's when you buy something and then you instantly regret it.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be instantly, but yes, regretting a buying decision. So we talked about that a few chapters back, and we're going to get into that again a little bit today, because ideally we want to avoid buyer's remorse, because chapter 7 is buying decisions. So let's go ahead and get started on our slides. So again, chapter 7 here is buying decisions. So today we're going to talk about designing a buying plan. Then Wednesday and Thursday, we'll talk about getting started with credit and computing the cost of credit. And then chapter 8 goes a little bit more into credit as well. So in this section, I am not sure what happened, why the book is there. It makes some of these hard to read. I was trying to get rid of the picture of it, but I had a hard time and just gave up, actually. So, but we're going to discuss the consequences of being financially responsible and irresponsible, and design a buying plan, how it's evaluated, financed, and implemented. So, systematic decision making is a process of making choices that reflect goals by considering all the pros and cons along with the costs. So it ensures financial security and freedom, but it requires financial responsibility. So systematic decision making. You want to reflect your goals and consider all the pros and cons along with the costs. So financial responsibility is being able to meet your financial goals through planned earning, spending, and saving. So that's the definition. Meet your financial goals through planned earning, spending, and saving. Which, remember, your financial goals are going to be tied to your personal goals, which we talked about last chapter. So some of the benefits of being financially responsible is you're not dependent on others to live. You could live a comfortable lifestyle, provide for all of your needs and some of your wants. Remember, wants are unlimited and they're always growing, so you will not be able to fulfill every want. Enjoy vacation and leisure time, save money for future events, and pursue interests, hobbies, and cultural events. So those are some of the benefits of being financially responsible. So you have to know the difference in wants and needs. You pay your bills on time, you honor your commitments. Where on the other hand, being financially irresponsible is failing to live up to your financial obligations to meet your goals and needs. So your financial obligations, such as paying bills on time. So some symptoms of financial irresponsibility, again, bills are not going to be paid, inadequate food, clothing, and shelter, needs are not met because money was spent on luxury items, the month's paycheck does not last all month, borrowed money is not repaid as agreed. So financial irresponsibility often comes with an unhealthy lifestyle and stress, right? If you don't have enough money to pay your bills, that can be stressful. If you spent money somewhere you weren't supposed to, that can be stressful. And financial responsibility can happen to anybody in any income bracket, right? If you're not spending your money wisely, you could get yourself into debt and not have enough money to pay your bills. So a buying plan, kind of the second part here in this first section. A buying plan is an organized method for making good buying decisions. So a buying plan is going to help you prevent buyer's remorse, which we already said is regret over a buying decision. A buying plan also aids in the decision-making process for a major purchase or spending a large sum of money, right? Your buying plan isn't necessarily going to be if you're just talking about going and running to Starbucks or getting McDonald's or something for lunch. But if you're making these big purchases, it's going to be a good idea to have a buying plan. And it's basically a more detailed extension of a budget. So these are the 5 steps, and they will be broken down on the next few slides if you don't get them all here. But you're going to define your need, want, or spending goal. List the item or items that will satisfy the goal. Describe the features or items that represent an ideal choice. Identify when your goal should be met, and setting an upper limit on how much you can or are willing to spend. So those are the 5 steps. They'll be broken down on these slides. So step 1, define your spending goal. You want to, it should meet your needs or wants. Consider how it relates to your goals and consider opportunity cost, what you're giving up to make this choice. So again, think about your personal goals and your financial goals. How does it tie in? Are you meeting all of your needs and wants here? Choose the item to buy. And then, so define the criteria, which are standards or rules by which something can be judged. So when purchasing an item, consider the desired features, functions, and quality of the item. You know, maybe you're shopping for a new car. What's something that is important for you to have in this car? What are the features you want? What, Forrest? I love you too, baby.
Is it quiet reading or loud?
A quiet one. Quiet.
Okay.
So after you define your criteria, you want to set a timeline. A timeline sets a time frame for making your decision. And it may depend on other actions. Like you could be waiting for a sale. You know, holidays tend to have sales. Certain times of the year have certain things with better sales. You could Google and kind of find the best sales for different items. So the timeline might just be for you, or it might just be waiting for it to go on sale. And then I think one of the most important steps here, set your spending limit, the maximum amount you are willing to pay. Especially on these bigger items, you want to make sure you stay within your budget. Set that spending limit so that you don't put yourself into debt. Especially like things like a car where when you go there, they're going to try to get you to spend more money. Make sure you are staying within your means. So those are the steps for creating a buying plan. So this is an example. So a buying plan for a washer and dryer. It's kind of blurry, sorry. So the spending goal to wash clothes at home rather than a laundromat, which will save time and money in the long run. So, you need a new washer and dryer, new or used. So the criteria, the washer should be heavy duty, have cycles for different kinds of clothes, and have a bleach dispenser. And the dryer should be electric, not gas, and have several heat settings. So the timeline is within the next year or sooner. Spending limit $850. It's, again, not super detailed. It's just the things you should think about. So again, and some of these kind of go together, right? You want to wash your clothes and dry. You don't want to go to the laundromat, so you need a washer and dryer. Those tie together. Think about what you want the washer and dryer to have. And it's a timeline. It's most likely for these big purchases, not something you're just going to run out and do today. You're going to have to kind of sit on it and then set your spending limit. Maybe you have it in savings. Maybe you're setting a goal. So after you do this, you could kind of make it part of your goals, your personal goal, and then your financial goal would be tied to it. So implementing this buying plan, comparison shopping. So some stores offer sales, promotions, coupons, or rebates. If you wanted a washer and dryer, maybe you found the one you want. Look it up online. Look at all the stores that offer them. Home Depot, Lowe's, Sears, Best Buy, all the places, and see kind of what they have. Maybe you don't know exactly what one you want. Comparison shop. See if they have a rebate. A rebate is a refund of part of the purchase price of an item. It's given in the form of money after the purchase, usually by mail. So it might say, like, for a big item, rebate of $50. After you buy your item, you're going to fill out the rebate form, typically online nowadays, and then they would mail you a check. So it's money you're going to get back after. An extended warranty is an additional coverage that you can buy to pay for repairs or replacements needed beyond the original warranty period. A lot of things offer extended warranties, even things you might not think about. Like a lot of baby and kid toys that have like electronic components, they light up, they sing. A lot of those toys, when I go to buy them, it asks me if I want to buy the warranty for, $3.99. So just consider extended warranties. A lot of electronics have them, cars have them. Some people feel strongly on cars on whether or not you should get the warranty. So keep that in mind. Go into it kind of thinking about it, right? If you're buying a car and you want the warranty, that's going to be an additional cost. So the amount you can spend on your car would be a little bit less because you have to add the money for the warranty. Coupons are discounts offered by businesses in the form of tickets that are redeemable at the time of purchase. So a coupon is at the time of purchase. So these ones, that's an example from Michael's. Those typically come in the mail. So 40% off one item. So if the item is $10 and it's 40% off, you're going to only pay $6 plus tax. That example from Party City, spend $75, get 15 off. Again, they're going to subtract $15 right then for you. Coupons are instant. Rebates are later. So continuing implementing a buying plan. So there are payment methods. Purchases often involve two choices: what to buy and how you're going to pay for it. So cash or credit. And when we say cash, using your debit card is the same as cash. It doesn't mean you take a $100 bill into the store and pay with paper money. Using a debit is the same as cash because that's money you have right then. And the main benefit is it prevents overspending. You already have that money and you have that limit. Whereas if you're using a credit card, maybe your spending limit was $850 for that washer and dryer, but your credit card has a limit of $1,000. Well, that allows you to go over the limit. But the credit cards do provide additional protection, which we'll learn about some of the credit laws coming up. If you need to dispute a charge, if you have a problem with it. And then there are other options like loans if it's large purchases like cars also, which we'll get into those too. But mainly cash or credit are your main options here. So once you make the purchase, keep the receipt. The benefit of keeping the receipt is you have proof of purchase if you need to make a return or an exchange. So that is important to know the time frame for returns or exchanges. You know, is it 30 days? Is it 90 days? What's that time frame? If you bought the warranty, you often have to have the receipt for the warranty to show proof of purchase. Sometimes you can fill out the warranty online and submit a picture of the receipt right then. And then when you make the purchase, be aware there could be a delivery charge if it's a large item. Some things have shipping charges. Large items like washer and dryers, they may have a delivery charge. And then after you make the purchase, evaluate it. Are you happy with it? Did you follow your buying plan? Did you go off plan? And if you went off plan, why? Did it work for you or did it not? Do you have buyer's remorse? If it happened again, would you buy the same product or is there something else you would want? And you may not be able to change your decision, but it will help you for future decisions. All right, so that's it for our slides today. So again, being financially responsible, you're paying your bills on time, you know how to budget, you're living within your means, whatever your means are, they're different. Irresponsible means your bills aren't paid. It often comes with stress. You run out of money. And then the buying plan, there are 5 steps. Define your spending goal, choose what you want to buy, define the criteria, set a timeline, and set a spending limit. When you go to buy it, comparison shop, and then you have the different methods of payment. And then again, after you make it, keep your receipt and evaluate your purchase. That summarizes what we did today.